Hello everyone, we are Group 6. Today we will present intellectual property laws in Japan. This is our group members. Japan's intellectual property framework is robust and comprehensive, covering a wide range of IP forms. The Patent Act protects inventions, while the Utility Model Act covers minor inventions or devices. Industrial designs are safeguarded by the Design Act, and trademarks by the Trademark Act. Creative works, such as literary and artistic pieces, fall under the Copyright Act. Additionally, the Unfair Competition Prevention Act addresses unfair business practices, including the misappropriation of trade secrets. This framework ensures that various forms of intellectual property are well protected in Japan, fostering innovation and fair competition. There are two parts of governing bodies. The first one, Japan Patent Office. It manages patents, utility models, designs, and trademarks. And the second, Agency for Cultural Affairs. It oversees copyrights. Detailed patent registration process in Japan. Patent eligibility. NOVA, not publicly known before the filing date. Inventive, not observed to someone's skills in the relevant field. Industrially applicable, capable of being used in an industry. The application process for patents in Japan involves several key steps. First, an application must be filed, including essential documentation. This documentation consists of a request form with applicant and involved details, a specification with a full description of the invention, claims defining the scopes of patents protection sought, and the drawing if necessary to understand the invention. An abstract providing a concise summary of the invention is also required. Applications must be filled in Japanese, and if the initial documents are in another language, a Japanese translation must be submitted within a specific period. Applications can be submitted electronically via the Japan Patent Office's online filing system or in paper form. The examination process for patents in Japan involves several important steps. A request for examination must be made within 3 years from the filing date, with the option for either an accelerated examination or the standard process. During the substantive examination, the Japan Patent Office evaluates the application against the patentability criteria, including novelty, inventive step, and industrial applicability. The JPO may issue office actions such as rejections or objections, which the applicant must address, often requiring amendment to the application. Additionally, applications are published 18 months after filing date, making the invention publicly known. If the application meets all criteria, the Japan Patent Office grants a patent, and the applicant must pay a registration fee within 30 days of receiving the grant notice. After the patent is granted, third parties have 6 months from the publication of the grant to file the oppositions. Appeals against the decision can be made to the JPO. and if necessary, future appeals can be taken to the Intellectual Property High Court. This process ensures that the granting of patents is fair and allowed for through scrutiny and the protection of intellectual property rights.
For the costs include the following fees: initial fee for submitting the application, examination request fees, payment required when requesting examination, registration fees, fees payable upon grant of the patent, annual maintenance fees, ongoing fees to keep the patent in force. Copyright eligibility. Copyright protection is granted to original works of authorship including literary works, books, articles, computer programs, musical works, artistical works, paintings, photographs, cinematographical works, films, videos, performance, broadcast, and other creative works. Application process. Voluntary registration where copyright protection is automatic upon creation. Voluntary registration can be advantageous for proving ownership and establishing a date of creation. Filing and application. Documentation required. Application form include details of the work, the author, and the applicant. Copy of the work, a physical or digital copy of the work to be registered. Proof of creation document or material supporting the creation and the originality of the work. Language application must be submitted in Japanese. Submission application can be submitted to the Agency for Cultural Affairs either electronically or in paper form. Registration certificate. If the application is approved, the Agency for Cultural Affairs issues a registration certificate which serves as official proof of copyright. So for cost, registration fees for registering a copyright which vary depending on the type and the number of works. Additional cost, possible cost for legend assistance or translation services. In the summary of the registration process, have any patents. Preparing application, gather all necessary documents including the specification, claims, drawings, and abstract. Translate document into Japanese if needed. Fill application. Submit to the GPO electronically or on paper. Request examination must be done within 3 years of filing. Respond to office actions. Address any rejection or objection raised by the GPO. Grant and registration. Pay the registration fee upon grant. Maintain patent. Pay annual maintenance fees to keep the patent in force. In the copyright, prepare application. Complete the application form with detail of the work and other. Provide a copy of the work and the proof of creation. Fill application. Submit to the Agency for Cultural Affairs electronically or on paper. Receive registration certificate. Official proof of copyright ownership. Japan's approach to intellectual property is marked by robust and comprehensive legal framework designed to protect and encourage innovation. The country has established a highly efficient patent system which includes the Japan Patent Office recognized for its speed and quality in processing application. Japan's IP law encompasses patents, trademarks, copyright, and industry design, aligning with international standards such as those set by the World Intellectual Property Organization and various free trade agreements. The Japanese government actively promotes IP awareness and enforcement, providing extensive support for both domestic and international business. They include anti-counterfeiting measures and collaborations with other nations to strengthen the global IP protection. Additionally, Japan's emphasis on technology and R&D has fostered a culture of innovation, making IP a critical asset for its industries. Overall, Japan's IP system is a crucial component of its economic strategy, driving technology advancement and maintaining its competitive edge in the global market.